Thanks for joining us at sportingbet.com. It's the Grand National, the biggest betting race in the world, and we've got Neil Channing back with us from the Betting Emporium. Thanks for joining us, Neil. How do we get your tips here? And before we do that, I've got to congratulate you. Size and John, winner of the Gold Cup.
Well, it wasn't too bad, was it? I mean, I made 4 videos for you for Cheltenham, and well, the biggest race of the week, we actually managed to find the winner.
Pulled it off.
Not too bad. Yeah, Betting Emporium, we're doing Aintree, of course, because we are going to cover the whole meeting. I mean, you know, for racing purists, it's a great meeting. It's not all about one race. There's lots of other really good. The Thursday is brilliant racing. And I'll be covering all 3 days for Betting Emporium, www.bettingemporium.com. If you pay £100, you get an essay on every race dropping into your inbox in the morning. And basically, I'll just say exactly what I'm going to be betting during the week and the reasons I'm betting it. And it'll be a focus on betting. It won't be such a focus on the horses. It will be, why is this a good betting race? Which is the best way to approach this race from a betting point of view? We won't be having each way bets on races that are terrible from a punter's point of view for each way. If we have an each way bet, it's because we've got you by the throat, Russ. That's what we want. But of course, the Grand National is the highlight of the week for a lot of people. If you just want Grand National Day, £50, and of course it's a great race. Some people say, oh, it's a total lottery. It's not really for professionals. The professionals love it. You know, it's a good race to get involved in.
Yeah, and our stats guys, just to back what Neil said about, have been busy at work. They put together a fabulous little package of analysis and some bits and bobs, which I know you quite enjoyed. Just click on the link below and you can check that out. It really will help you with your Grand National bets this year. So the Betting Emporium for state-of-the-art, the best analysis in the business. Let's look at the Grand National this year before we go into our little offers, because obviously we won't give out your tips now because we'll let people and the punters out there decide.
Some subscribers, Russ,
we'll let them come up with their own decisions.
Well, you said to me, you're going to come in and you're going to talk to us about the Grand National, and I said, well, how the hell am I going to do that without telling them what I fancy? So this was the problem we came up with a couple of years ago, and I thought of a genius way to deal with this problem. I've got it here. It's the Stinky 7.
Right, so just to confirm that with what Neil will do, if you want his tips, make sure you go onto the Betting Emporium website. We've got all the betting here for the Grand National here with Sporting Bet, but this is his Stinky 7. These are the 7 horses that he's going to avoid this year for the Grand National.
So what are we doing? Of these 7, okay? I need to refer to the notes to remind myself, because it's hard to memorise the whole 7. I'm definitely not going to back Black Lion. Now, Black Lion is one of the favourites. It's about 16 to 1.
14 to 1 with us,
14 to 1 with you, is it? First of all, before Cheltenham, I think I said a couple of times that Nigel Twiston-Davies was having a bit of a rough patch. Hasn't really come out of that. You know, also, I'm looking at a fast ground, which actually will kind of suit Black Lion. But the problem with Black Lion is this extreme test of stamina. I think by the time we get midway around the second circuit, he's going to be reaching for the oxygen mask. I don't think this one's going to get home. Put a line straight through.
Black Lion's a no, and my friend Gino owns that, so he won't be happy. What's our next one?
Sorry about that. Now, there's a fella who had a very, very good Cheltenham, but he's not had a good run since. Mr. Gordon Elliott had 19 runners this weekend. 19 runners. Do you know how many of them
Tell
won?
me.
That many.
Okay.
Not too good. And it wasn't just they weren't winning, they ran abysmally, Russ. A lot of them were very well fancied, didn't run well at all. Cause of Causes is 14 to 1 for Gordon Elliott.
Yeah.
Couldn't have it on my mind. The horse was really out of... Loved Cheltenham, obviously, and did brilliantly to win the cross-country chase. But it's, you know, it's been round at old Ender Bolger's, running round the cross-country in his back garden. This is going to be a slightly different test. I don't think it's going to suit. He's also got another one, Rogue Angel, which is 33 to 1. Ran in the Beecher Chase last year. Did not stay. No chance of this one getting home. Wouldn't get home in a horse box. That's what I would say.
We're getting through this. Okay, so there's your first 3. What are we next?
Okay, more of that. That's what we're going to get rid of. This one's 16 to 1 as well.
Yeah.
Don't think this one's going to get home either. I mean, it's a great horse, but, you know, this
ran well at Cheltenham?
Ran very well. And, of course, you know, the other thing is, I can't have John O'Neill. Not really a trainer for me. You know, just if you follow his of the top. I was looking in the table the other day. Top 35 trainers in the UK. If you have a pound level stake on all their horses, every single race, the person that you do your brains with is John O'Neill. Always overbacked, never do any good.
Okay, more of that as well. Okay,
no good for me. A couple of longer price ones I don't like. So we got. Actually, I think I said Rogue Angel.
You mentioned that, yeah.
I said that was Gordon Elliott.
Okay.
That is not Gordon Elliott.
Okay.
Sorry, I got a bit confused there.
It's okay.
Before you email in, the other Gordon Elliott one was, of course, Uccello Conti. So I'm going to disregard that one.
20 to 1, okay.
Both on the stable form and on the trip. I do stand by what I say with Rogue Angel, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it will get home. That one's 33. Uccello Conti's 20.
Okay.
And then there's a couple of rags I didn't really like. They're not huge rags. Carlingford Lock is a bit of a soft ground
25 to 1
horse.
with us.
Well, I couldn't have that.
Okay.
I wouldn't even take 50. Don't think that can get home. Never been over this extreme trip, but never been successful over this extreme trip. And also, I think it's a bit more of a soft ground horse. I think they'll go a bit fast for it, and it will be out the back. And there's one more, just a par. It's twice tried the trip. It pulled up in the Scottish National, and the only time it's tried the Grand National, absolutely tailed off. Too much of a plodder, and not really guaranteed to, just can't see it really competing with these. So that's the 7. Let me run through
That's
them
actually
again.
brilliant. I mean, I'll give you a bit of credit there. There's some really quite well fancied horses.
Of
in there.
course,
So
yeah,
give us the 7 again. And before Neil gives that, we should point out he gave
These
a
are the
stinky
ones
7.
not to bet, not to bet.
These are the
We're
ones
off
not to bet. But last year he gave 7 horses, and none of them were placed. So I know he's a very humble guy, but that's a pretty impressive start. So give us these 7 next year.
Okay.
This year, where are we with the 7?
So
Confirm
I'm not
again.
going with Black Lion. Stable out of form. Don't think it'll stay. Cause of causes.
Yep.
I'm worried about the stable, and I think the horse is, it's a funny old horse. It likes Cheltenham. I don't know about here. More of that. Can't have John Joe O'Neill. Don't think that will get home. Carlingford Lock needs the ground, the heavens to open up and the ground to be soft. Don't think that's going to happen. Can't have can't have it on the trip anyway. Just a par, bit of an old plodder. Don't think it will compete at this level. Rogue Angel, don't think it will stay in a horse box. Can't have that. And Uccello Conti, we've also got that problem with Gordon Elliott again, and also stay in the trip. That's 7 horses. If you add them up at their combined prices, it's about 2 to 1 on the current prices that one of those horses wins. That's a 2 to 1 shot that I can lay. That's a lay, that one.
That's Neil's stinky 7. Let's just confirm again. If you want to get his tips to the Grand National, you can find them at betting.
I won't be tipping one of them. So if you're too stingy to pay and you want to just try and work out what I'm going to tip, probably just pick one of the other fancy ones that's not one of them 7.
Just a couple of things we're doing at Sporting Bet as well. We are going to give you your money back as a free bet if you bet the 2nd or the 3rd horse.
So 2nd or 3rd. So okay. So for example, if I bet Verlion Rouge, which is the current favourite at 10 to 1. I would say to come 2nd or 3rd, that's about a 5 to 1 chance. So maybe 1 in 6 times, I'm getting my money back if it comes 2nd as a free bet.
Crack away is a free bet.
That's pretty good.
Pretty
That
good.
seems fair enough.
So that's the win portion of your each way part as well. So 2nd or 3rd, it's your money back as a free bet. We're also paying quarter odds first 5 for the Grand National. It's going to be a fantastic race. We've got some wonderful stats below for you to see.
Let me just say, because I think actually, I've noticed, I don't want to mention other bookmakers, but I have noticed some of these other bookmakers during Cheltenham, they've obviously taken a hammering in the last couple of years. You used to get 6 places, we're doing 8 places and all this kind of stuff. Nobody does that anymore. Some of the people that they used to call the big high street bookmakers, a 5th, first 4, all this nonsense. You boys are quarter, first 5. That is very fair. I would say if you go, actually, we were going to talk about that. So if you are going to have a bet in the Grand National, if you have a bookmaker, a Sporting Bet seem like they're the ones sticking their head above the parapet. If you have a bookmaker that's doing a 5th, first 5, a quarter, first 5, that is brilliant. If someone's doing a 5th, first 5, they're an absolute disgrace and you should not bet with them. I think that is fair value for the punter, a quarter, first 5. My other main advice, if you're waiting till the day to have a bet, don't take SP. Make sure you take a price on your selection, because if you bet between sort of 9 o'clock and 11:30 in the morning, you're going to get a way better price. I would say virtually every horse is going to be a bigger price than if you leave it and take SP. So don't be doing that. Get in early, get the value, bet each way.
That's Neil's advice. Have a great Grand National. Enjoy your betting at Sporting Bet. Check out the stats package. Money back, 2nd or 3rd. We'll see you soon here.